Okay.
Okay, it started out whenever you was a little bitty baby, and I wasn't working. So I told Dana, I said, I'll take care of that baby if you go ahead and finish school. Well, it's me and Miss Molly, but she was gone, her house was gone. She come and checked up on me. I'd already gave you a bath in the sink. We sitting there in the rocking chair, and she said, is everything all right? I said, yeah. And I was sitting there and rock and rock. You was asleep, and I was asleep.
Yeah.
And I took care of you until she was out of school. And that's just about it. You was my baby girl.
Aww.
You still are.
Aww.
I love you.
I love you.
Something was in the screen.
Okay, Grandma, your
You got a
turn.
story about Nessa you want to tell?
Well.
You was just telling one the other day about coming back home with her.
Oh, yeah. Me and Papa went to get you from Springdale Hospital, and it was snowing. But we made it back home anyway. It's a big deal.
Papa drove?
Papa was driving.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, he's used to that.
Did you slip and slide any?
Not too much, huh?
No?
A little bit, not too much. Scary enough.
Scary anyway, the snow.
Yeah. We got her home. Got her home, didn't you?
We got her home. My daughter was there, waiting to see her.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Should I talk now? Okay, one time you came to our house and Uncle Randy wanted to scare you really bad. And so you were probably, she's less than a year old, wasn't she, I think?
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And we had this, and I'm not sure where we got it from, but we had this humongous orangutan.
The gorilla thing.
The gorilla thing, yeah, and we would put you on the floor, and Randy would come at you, Uncle Randy would come at you with it and scare you, and Jessica was scared to death of that thing, and you loved it. You were never scared. and I think that year we went to Mexico, and we came back with a little marionette puppet, and you always called it Poppet. And we
Poppet?
always, anytime we see a puppet, we always say Poppet, because that's what you said. That's a true story. Yeah.
Aw. That's cool. Randy's turn.
Walter, you don't remember, do you?
Anything about nothing?
He's trying not to remember right.
Well, there's a time that she had to go to jail. No.
You had to go pick her up.
It's my
Yeah.
birthday. Can you
Bail
please
out.
be nice on my birthday?
I would say one of my fondest memories is the first time that we went and hung out as friends. I had just broken up with my girlfriend, and she worked in my building, and with the Walmart concert was like, you know, a couple weeks after all the major mess that happened, and so we decided to go because neither of us had anybody to go with, and so it had been raining, and I remember I picked her up over a puddle, and
You picked her up?
yeah.
Picked her up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we went to the concert, and it was Kenny Chesney and them, and every time he did pretty much anything, pointed at us, sang, looked, was alive, breathed, she was screaming her head off, and she screamed pretty much the entire time, and was jumping up and down and going all over the place. And I thought she was pretty awesome. And, definitely a good first impression.
I'm glad that's the best thing you could come up with.
I like that memory.
That is a cool
I've never
name.
heard
I
that.
haven't. That's awesome.
You know you're...
He blew a kiss at me. You forgot to include that.
Okay, yeah.
He blew a kiss at me.
Well, that was amongst the breathing and everything else he did. That
Yeah.
She was screaming.
Kenny
about.
Chesney blew a kiss at me. Just so you guys should know. And Raja loves me too. Okay, Mary's turn. Can you hear?
Whose turn?
Oh gosh, I got lots of stories.
best memories is when she'd always
Walter, move up the water bottle.
come stay with us on the weekend, she thought, and spend the night, and I'd be wanting to go party. But she got to come and spend every weekend with us that she wanted to, basically. And I guess my best memory was watching her play with her favorite chicken named Ethel, and her little duck named Cucumber.
Oh, cucumber.
And she had a little bike with a little bed on the back, kinda, and she'd put them in there, and I can just see her go wheeling down the driveway with the little duck. And she'd carry Ethel with her feet sticking up. And we had to buy the duck cucumbers all winter when they got out of the garden. The cucumbers got out of the garden, we had to go buy cucumbers because that's all it would eat. And then I guess the scariest thing that has forever be in my mind was she was probably about 3 years old, and we took her to see the fair parade every year. Every year. Well, this one particular year, would it be her cousin? She
BJ.
was BJ. She was about 2 years older than Nessa was there, and we wasn't going to take Nessa to the fair because it was school day. We knew what it would be like, so we told her the fair wasn't there. BJ told her different. So here we go to the fair, me and Papa, Nessa, BJ, and Ma. And to make a long story short, she wanted to get into this jumping bag with all these balls. BJ wanted to ride the Ferris wheel. So Papa got in line with BJ. I get in line to get her into the balls. I went back over to say something to Papa and went back to see about her, and she wasn't anywhere in there. Nowhere. I searched. I ran around all the way around. She wasn't there. She had on a little pink dress with little pink bloomers that matched. And right in the middle of all of these kids bouncing up and down, I saw this little pink rear. I climbed into that thing screaming, "Get off of that little girl, get off of that little girl." And everybody was looking at me, and when I got to that little girl, she looked up at me like, "Are you crazy? You're a big girl, what are you doing in here?" Then I looked up at all the people that was watching this day going, "What's wrong with that lady?" So I realized she wasn't in there anywhere. So I crawled out. Now that's a challenge. I don't know how them kids do that. Oh, I've never got anything. And I had left Mama sitting up at the booths where you eat. And I went running up to her and I cried, "Mama, I've lost Nessa! Mama, Mama, Mama!" And she said, "Shh!" And come to find out, that little girl had climbed out of that thing without her shoes or anything, went up that midway. If you're familiar with the fair, it's a long ways up there. How she found her great-grandma, I don't know. And then BJ's mama happened to show up. So BJ's mama gathered Nessa up in her arms trying to find me. And the end of the story is, we all got together, finally, got on the merry-go-round, and I was on with Nessa, holding her onto the horse, and I saw this woman, she just grinned every time we go around. I didn't know her. Every time we go around, she grinned. So when we got off, she came up to me and she said, "I am so happy to see you two together. I saw you in that balloon thing, and I wondered if you ever found that little girl." But there were a lot of good times with it, but that was the scariest. I'll never forget it. I still think about it.
Oh, I bet. Uncle Dave, you got a story?
Right now.
Not right now. Uncle Rand? She's still your monkey story.
No, when Nessa used to come over, we used to ask you guys if we could watch her,
Uh-huh.
like Friday nights or whatever.
Because we loved you so much.
It was just we just had a good time with her, you know, just chasing her around, and you know, she couldn't even, I don't think hardly walk, you know, but she'd be like crawling around everywhere, and just, you know, just had a good time. We always enjoyed having her over.
Oh, I know.
It was good.
No, Randy
Because she was our baby.
He still loves me.
Yeah, because she was our baby.
He still loves me.
I always thought that she was Uncle Randy's girl.
Oh, yeah.
He always got his own special picture, didn't you? Remember we always
Oh, yeah,
had your
yeah.
own special picture.
Yep. Yeah, we enjoyed having her over.
And when we got out there on 8th Street, I gave To Nessa in the tub a bath, and we got to splash in the water. And I was just sitting out there beside the tub, and I wound up wetter than she did. Nanny, she just raised all kind of came. But when we got through, Nanny went and mopped it all up. We just had us a big time in that bathtub.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Got memories of her sister.
I don't have any stories. I'm just thinking about how much of a sweet sister she was.
Hey, I was a good sister to you. I was a very good sister
Any
to
vacation
you.
we would take, she would purposely pinch me to get me to react. Got me right there holding the camera, would turn back around and slap me. So I got pinched and slapped, and then she would turn around just in time to catch me doing something, and then if she was ever on my side, Nessa would then pull the "You just love Dustin more." So then to compensate, she'd get on to me. So needless to say, all of our trips.
Hey, it's my birthday. Can you not do something nice about like all the times that like you would come in my room and you were scared and
See,
I'd tell you stories.
You can't make stuff up. These
Tell
things.
you stories to get you to go to
Sweet
sleep.
things. Like I remember one time we threw a dog in the dryer.
Roger, close your ears. Which one was that?
Was it a
Thanks.
dog or was it a cat? I thought it was a
Who
cat.
was the cat?
It
Wasn't
was a
it?
cat.
Simba?
Because it was wet.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, let's try it. We're going to put it in the dryer.
Yeah.
Did y'all
no
turn
kidding.
it on?
No.
No, I don't think we
That's a
did.
cat.
No,
Now we know.
yeah. Come on, man. I used to take you around, you and your buddies, too. Remember that when you couldn't drive? I used to do all kinds of nice things for you.
Oh, I do
Nice to
remember one time we we snuck out. This is whenever I was, thought I was cool by sneaking out and everything. So I snuck out, and this is like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was with some buddies, and we snuck out. It was in the Camaro that we bought from you guys, and we would sneak out and go do things at night. I remember one time I got back. Nessa just happened to know that I snuck out, so she acted like she was going to get me in trouble. Well, that wasn't the case, because she was actually grounded from her car, I believe. So, no, you didn't have keys. Something was wrong with your car, because I remember you were holding it against me because she wanted me to drive her around. That was a little deal. Remember, because then we went to Taco Bell. And this
Oh,
was,
yeah,
my
we
first
went to
time driving
Taco
a stick,
Bell.
really. I was still trying to learn how to drive it, and
We laughed the whole way.
she doesn't know how to drive a stick, right? And I don't remember what was wrong with it, but needless to say, we got stalled on the highway. We're like, what the crap do we do? We don't call mom and dad, 'cause now we're both noodles.
I remember that because it was like 3:30 in the morning. We were like, oh God, what do we do? What do we do?
I know, and I just thought I knew it all.
No, you never did.
Dang.
And don't you remember that time though when I snuck out with you guys and I took you guys down to Fayetteville, Jeremy, and all them, and Jeremy mooned people in the back seat of my car? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
sure.
I mean, it didn't
Jimmy's
surprise
Jeremy?
me.
No,
Oh, okay.
Jeremy
Jeremy Welch.
Welch.
Oh, well,
Only story with Jamie Welch I remember coming back from Fayetteville was going about 120 down old 71B. We passed by like 3 cars. Or the worst part about it was we had just left a party. And I was dating a girl at the time, and we told her we were leaving the party because it was time for us to go. And the guys I was with thought, well, since we're leaving, let's just go down to Dixon. So we're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So we go down to Fayetteville, and once we get to Dixon, another guy that was with us, his dad starts calling and was like, hey, we need you guys to come home. You need to be home by midnight. And it's like 11:50. Because he thinks we're in Rogers, right? So we're like, crap. And to make this story worse, I had just started driving. I was 16. And when you're 16, if you get your driver's license, it's technically only your permit for the first 6 months. My parents didn't know this. So, in the Santa Fe. And anyway, so we get on 71.